And a very happy Women's Day to all the ladies in house. Can we hear it for them, please? All the best. And so we are conducting this talk show in collaboration with Tycoons, where we have two very eminent speakers who will be enlightening us about women empowerment, and we are going to learn a lot of things from their journey. So I would like to welcome Bhavani and Kavya from Tycoons. Take over the stage and let us begin the show.
Thank you so much, Suji, for this lovely introduction. And I'm Bhavani Shankar Parija, founder of Tycoon Space.
Hello, I'm Soumya Mahapatra, co-founder of Tycoon Space.
So first of all, we would like to invite both of our guests to the dais. Today we have with us Dr. Shritabhat Magas, CEO from Ultimate Medical. And this is Suchita Ota, Managing Director of the Wellness. Thank you so much.
Wishing everyone a very happy Women's Day, and we welcome you all to today's event named Wow Tycoons. I would just elaborate about why Wow, because it stands for Wonderful, Outstanding Woman. And so the event name is Wow Tycoons.
So before we start, first of all I would like to thank our friend Suchi for giving this city such an amazing place. I believe we have spent countless days brainstorming about a lot of ideas, sitting at that corner of together. And today we are here. with this idea of starting a talk show where we have all the lovely ladies with us from different business backgrounds.
And this talk show was also planned somewhere in here in Tokyo something, and we had a discussion, and this is the result of that. So and not to forget the amazing food and drinks of Tokyo, which has kept us with the cafe for a very long time. And also I would never forget my favorite cutting chai of the cafe. So we'll continue with the show.
So without wasting much time of yours, so first of all, let me tell you how this thing will happen today. So we'll be having an interaction with two of our guests. We have set of questions with us, which we'll be asking them. So understand it as a game. And when I'm mentioning it to, like, think it as a game. So in games, we have a lot of rules, right? So in today's game of ours, we have just 3 rules. So rule number 1, if you find any of the interaction or any of the anecdotes or any of the things shared by our guests, that insightful and that intelligent, just do clap for them and clap so loud so the nearby restaurants and cafes, they also get to hear us. And rule number 2, you have to be attentive during the entire interaction so that you get to ask few questions to our guests as well.
And the rule number 3 is the most important one. You have to remember rule number 1 and rule number 2, right?
So, without wasting more time, I would love to, introduce our first guest. Our first guest of the evening is one of the most celebrated CEOs of the state. She is one of the youngest CEOs in the healthcare industry across the country as well. So today we have Dr. Shweta Das, CEO, Sun Ultimate Medicare, with us. So I welcome you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Standing in the soil of the 20th century, we just can't write Jane Austen's novels anymore because the world increases. TV is in decline. People are in the street. Every day there are decisions which affects our daily lives. So it's in the mixed milieu of aspirations and apprehensions we look forward, thinking what is going to happen in our future, right? So if in such a life, in this hectic one, if we are able to find some time for ourselves and sit here like this, I think after 1,000 years I feel that's the feeling I'm getting, that I have come somewhere like this, and I would thank you so, and Bhavani especially. Lovely gesture, and let me come back to the question I have put. Now, I had a very normal childhood where, and I did all those things what all of you did in your childhood, right? But there was a setback in my early life. I met with an accident where I lost one of the limbs. It was a cracker bursting, and I lost my left limb and I started using a prosthesis. Now, what's new? Everything, all of you have ups and downs. And I had mine. And maybe because if I just sit and in hindsight, if I think, it is like I was too young then. It was about 5 years old, a child, who didn't understand the enormity of loss. It was a huge loss, right? So it happened to the body. What about the mind? Mind had its own space. He never could feel it because it was too young. And I just left it behind because I always got lovely people around me. My parents were wonderful, my teachers were awesome, my guides were like God. I kept meeting good people in my life, I pushed it back and went ahead, doing my things. I would say everything was new for me. I never felt that I had an influence. And then there were two things which I feel I should speak to you. One is I embraced the uncertainties of life at too young stage. And I said yes to everything, whatever came in front of me. So embracing uncertainties and saying yes, both the things helped me. And these two things only gave me an opportunity in healthcare. And even if I go to my school days, this yes only helped me to get the dramatic and victory champion throughout my life. And then never I looked back. I was the favorite of my teachers. Till today, I can vouch that from my school days till my college days and till today, everybody who's alive, my teachers, are there connected with me. And that's how I feel that I'm blessed. And I'm blessed to get a lot of good people around me. Then came my, work life. I initially joined the hospital. That too, I came back to Odisha for my marriage. And nobody left me again to go back and carry out my studies. Because they were very positive about me and they wanted me to be with them. Now love is an interest here. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't say no to my father-in-law, stayed back, and said yes to a healthcare. That was new that time, I was hospital coming up. It was doing good, and one of my seniors said, the director there, that she can make anybody happy. So please take care. So I went and joined there as a clinical psychologist in 2008. And then in 3 months they started giving me patient care where I had to go and speak to every patient and understand whether he is happy, he is sad, what problem he is going through, and get it over. Then in another 3 months he gave me searches and negotiations. And I went on telling everything yes. So again yes got me all these things. And then I got an opportunity in Apollo Hospitals as quality manager in 2010. And again I said yes, it was new. I didn't know what to do. But then I acquired knowledge, worked on it, put all my best, and did well. I continued doing good and continued getting better opportunities. And all these experiences in the hospital helped me to get the position I am in. Somebody envisioned me, the president of SOA. He could envision me that, she can be the CEO, she can lead the show. And I'm here. Again, a new responsibility, but then I told yes. And this is the story of my early life till date.
As growing up, all of us we see a lot of dreams.
Right.
I will share my part of the journey. I always wanted to become a superhero when I was a child. So what you always wanted to become?
That's a very tempting question, Bhavani. Very interesting for me. I tell, every time I used to see a singer, I used to sing. And people started seeing in me a singer. For many days, people used to say to me, "It's gonna gana sikhao. She'll be doing very good." When I used to see my teachers, I Why can't I? So I used to read it before. So there was a Padal ma'am in my Barampur University. She used to ask me to take classes. Many of my professors asked me to take classes. So many people thought that I can be a very good teacher. When I used to, So anytime I used to see something, I used to do it. Even I do a very good cooking, very good sweeping of the floors. So anytime anybody asks me to be अच्छा करते हो तो मैं झाड़ू भी अच्छा लगाती हूँ. So do you think that I should be doing that? No. Something which makes you always dream about it, passionate about it, you should be doing it. So where am I? I think making people happy, making them feel better is what actually I love. So this is what makes a singer and actor, teacher. Even to some extent, some people used to see me as an IAS. That was a thing which still continues to be after me. Take for example. It's kind of that. Anybody, my father's friends, my father-in-law, my father-in-law's friends, anybody who meets me, एक बार से there is a hero. So till then it's there. But never make superheroines or heroes. Thank you.
That's great. That's lovely.
Yeah.
We all know that women have been called the CEO of their homes since a very long time, right? Is it? Yeah, it is.
How many of you accept what she's telling? Are women CEOs of the home?
Yes, they are.
All men will say, I want to listen from the women. 50, answers are not coming. You know why? I tell you. Right? You agree with me?
No, I feel like women are the CEOs.
You feel, but we have to take the statistics. The data has to. It's like now also it's like men dominated. I agree. It's a truth. Sorry, but then it is like that.
But men are being supported this way.
Yeah, they are. Mindsets are changing, I accept. But still a lot of work need to be done.
But then my question is, how do you feel managing such a huge team, being the CEO of such a big organization?
I agree, it's challenging. It's definitely challenging. But I keep saying these two things. Saying yes and embracing uncertainties. These are my two mantras. I agree it's very, very difficult to find that sweet spot or elusive work-life balance. Very, very difficult. When still I go back, I have to still look at my daughter, she keeps opening the book and keeps asking me questions. In between the meeting, I get a call, Mama, please bata do iska formula kya hai. When we go back, if you are a good cook, then the husband also asks that ek baar pamphlet fry aap bana. Even if you are two cooks at home. But still you do it. You do it, right? But then it's a right story and it's a true story for everyone. So that's how I just kept saying yes, that I have to do this and do this with a smile on my face. So it doesn't make me tired, it doesn't make me lose. It will only make me more powerful and without me things will won't run. यहाँ CEO के बिना हॉस्पिटल भी नहीं चलेगा और उधर भी के बिना घर भी नहीं चलेगा. So that's how I have to use myself, right? Yeah.
Ma'am, you have mentioned that you had prior experience in hospital. You joined Irish Hospital, then you were at Apollo as well.
Yes.
Now you are CEO of a esteemed hospital.
Yes. Some ultimate Medicare.
Yes. Ma'am, can you tell us, your initial faced challenges that you faced in the corporate world, and how did you cope with it?
See, there are a lot of hindrances. I would say, good question, why I tell you Bhavani, this is something which is a problem for every working woman. And we need to talk more and more about it. There are some hidden biases till date, which we never speak, but they exist. That's the process here in the brain and mind. It goes on with the thought processes. And then there are an ability of a man to believe that yes, women can also be the CEO. And there has been always a challenge to make people understand that yes, we can do it. Even if they will be seeing that you are able to do and you are able to perform, nahi dikhai dega. But I have experienced once somebody continuously works, puts the effort, for a long time it won't go unseen. It has to be acknowledged. It will be acknowledged. Because you will be standing somewhere where your work, the volumes of work which you do will speak for you. So you just have to believe in yourself and keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. So that's the mantra.
You have faced a lot of things in
No,
this journey.
no, I have not. Sincerely, I'm telling you, I have never faced my life as a problem. I have every time got it as a solution. People keep asking me, you came across an accident, it was such, it's a tragedy, you have, your parents must have. I have seen them as confident together. I have seen them, fighting it out with all ease. I have felt the silent determination they had. So I have never felt it as a problem. I have always felt it as a solution. You may call it like I am blessed to get all beautiful parents, beautiful teachers, as I said, but never I had problems in my life. And I want to make it clear. So because I never give interviews to the TV when they say that, मैडम आपको इतना बड़ा एक्सीडेंट हो गया फिर आप कितना झमेला में हो? नहीं, झमेला नहीं है. I was playing kabaddi also. I was playing badminton in the national meets from the school. I was representing my school, my colleges. Shweta आई है, लोग पूछते थे. Shweta आई है, why? Because she will take all the awards. She will take all the prizes. So I was never ever felt that my life is a burden or it's a problem. I have always enjoyed it. Okay, never found it as a problem. So anybody who speaks that, I want to clarify.
That's a very nice thing you have said. We should never take our problems as a problem.
Yes.
Always take.
These are uncertainties which you should embrace. एक बार करके देखो यार, बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Once you see that there is a problem, look at it in a perspective where you can resolve it. Don't look at it as a problem. I'll tell you a small story. Can I introduce it? One small example. Everybody has a, look that whenever all working women, when they come back home, they always have to prepare. Husband भी वही टाइम पे घर आएगा, wife भी वही टाइम पे घर आएगी, but चाय wife को बनाना है. Happens, doesn't happen. Accept the truth. Happens. For you it's 50-50. For you it can also be 100 for you. I can understand. But you have to go with the data. Tell me.
Yeah, for me it's 100. Actually.
So we'll not go by 1%, right? We'll have to go for 90 and 100. So my story is right. We have to accept the truth, right? That's you. But then fact. So what happened? One of my friends told me, she came back and told that every time I have to prepare the tea and every day we fight. I said, you love to take his teas? Does he prepare good teas? She said, no. So I said, good then, you are getting a good tea from your own hand. So why are you bored about it? नहीं यार, कभी नहीं पूछता है कि तुम दिन कैसा था, what was the day, तुम कैसी थी, कैसा काम किया करोगे. So I asked her, do a drama. Tomorrow he comes. You say I'm going out. Again puts the baby. And then you open the door and tell that you ask me, you teach me. You ask me, oh, how are you? Come. Do you want tea? You teach him to tell. And then when he says I'm telling him to tell yes. When he says yes, तो वो इसमें नहीं छोड़ा, तू मत बोलो, मैं बना दूँगी. And then you are doing it yourself for you, right? So this is the solution of your problem. Look at that way. And I promise you, I have practiced it in my life. I have taught many people, my friends. who have come with that heavy heart, and it had all worked. Every time it has worked. So please do practice such things in life which brings happiness for all the people there who doesn't have a blessed life like
Ma'am, every time we meet you, we find you this energetic,
Yeah.
full of.
And people call it abnormal, I'm just discussing. But I'm very normal, don't worry.
So I would like to ask you, what's that one thing which you do on a regular basis or on every day that motivates you for whatever you are?
Off the top of my head, 1500 reasons are there to keep me motivated. My 800 team members, my patients, my trainers, people whom I met, people who I meet every day keep me motivated. I'm very, very passionate about, giving a smile in someone's face. I need it. Or getting their life a little better also. But I keep doing it. I'm passionate about it. So that keeps me motivated. And I keep saying that when you wake up and do your best. Wake up, do your best. Wake up, do your best. And once you start practicing it, look your best too. That's what my friend asked me to add. He said, you will be asked what are your favorite hobbies, don't just do your best. Say, look your best also. Because that's what we have learned from you. You come, meet the team members of some ultimate Medicaid. You find everyone beautiful. Everyone. I'm just vouching for it. Everyone beautiful. They carry themselves in such a way that you would feel that this hospital is different from others.
I would like to say something. We have met few.
Yeah, they have been.
And they are tremendous people having huge energy.
I wanted to hug one of my staff. कितना अच्छा है वो, कितना अच्छा है. Only if he was a boy, so that was okay for him. He was a guy. So that's all. If it would have been a lady, then it would have been difficult for him. That's fine, yeah.
So moving ahead. Okay, ma'am, every one of us is having someone or the other as an inspiration that we take from in life and in work. So who is your inspiration in your life?
Every day we meet people, small little conversations, happy moments. There are a lot to take from each one of us, right? You won't believe, this duo has also inspired me to some extent. I met one lady there, showed me some collections of sarees. She also inspired me today. But in person, if you really want to know someone whom I should mention, then it's my papa, because a very compassionate heart and inquisitive man. But somebody whom every friend of mine, everyone who met loved. And he is somebody whom I have never seen in stress. I feel I am the reflection of him. He has put that much of effort. This endeavor is here. And he has the power to get any agitated nerve to ease. The way he speaks, the way he carries himself, when people call him Reverend Man, many people call him this childish hero. So he was the hero of my life, who kept inspiring me in everything. Whatever you see in me is me. And at work, I don't have to go far. This is the president of SOA, who envisioned me as a CEO.
You said your father inspires you a lot.
Yes.
Can you tell us few of his learnings which you still carry with yourself and you would also like to pass on to your distribution as well?
I told you one story, I think when we met at the first day. I will repeat that story because there are many stories. The time will not be we can't speak every story here. But then there is a story which is very dear to my heart. 5 years old, lost my leg, then started to use a prosthesis. He used to keep a mirror in front of me and at the back of me and used to tell me that you can walk, so walk. and you have to walk perfectly. You can't walk somewhere where people will stare at you. You are beautiful. I said, I had a question, and I was too young, so I said, why I have only one leg? Why not two legs? So he spoke to me a story. He said God was distributing hands and legs to people. Because all of us, we agree that God has created us. Right? So God has created us. He was distributing hands and legs to all the girls, all the fairies. And there were 12 or 13 fairies. And those, after 13th one, 14th, he didn't have any legs and hands with him to give. He searched and found 2 hands and 1 leg. And he said, one more leg is missing. He wanted 1 leg to be given to her. And he asked all other fairies, can you please give 1 leg to her? So all of them denied that we don't want to give. Only you said that, yes, I will give it back because I have got it from you. Then he took some names which I don't remember, but those are very, very fascinating names. Supernika, these are all demons, vampires names he took. And he said he touched everybody's nose and made them turn into a ugly woman. So the left one, only you, is the most beautiful woman on earth. So that's the confidence he gave me until today. I carry for a long time. I was telling the story as if this is the true story, and I still believe that yes, it is the true story, to be honest. So this is story very dear to my heart, and there are many others. And someday when we meet in person, I can speak. I do speak. I do meet people. It's not like I'm very busy and all that. I take out time. Sometimes when we meet, I'll speak the stories. Right? So for now, that's the only story.
Ma'am, you joined Summer Ultimate during the COVID crisis.
Yes.
That's one of the most challenging part, I believe.
Yeah.
So how rewarding?
Yes.
So how rewarding has been your journey so far? From its inception till then?
My hospital started 3 months. We started to get, because it was too good a hospital, we envisioned it from the day one as the super hospital. So we put all our endeavors. We wanted somebody great to come and inaugurate. We tried our best. Got Honorable Amit Sadji and all other ministers. You know, right? You know about Summer Ultimate, right? Who doesn't know about Summer Ultimate? Please be honest. I'm happy. You are all making me so happy. Thank you. We actually wanted that everybody should know about the hospital because actually we are doing good. The team is too good. It's not because I am the lead. It's because actually it is performing. And then after February we opened. March we had, after 15 days we got COVID. So you can understand the stress we had. I called the entire team because many people, 70 of them, they joined that hospital because of me. So I was lost for a few minutes. But then, as I said, I never lose heart. I say yes and I invest uncertainties. So I did the same thing only. I said my team that we have to find out ways to reach people. How do we do that? For the first year, I said people will be afraid of COVID hospitals, those who require non-COVID treatments. Right? So what we will do, we will not take COVID patients. We had a good chance of doing it because we had some COVID hospital. We had a sister concern of that. Then what we did for the first year, we started campaigning that we are a hospital who don't take COVID patients. Right? And we took all our COVID patients to sub-COVID. So we get acknowledged by our people because the treatment was good, the outcome was good, the food was good, the stay was good, the ambience was so good. So people started, one person going out of the hospital brought us 2 more people. Right? So that's how we got the first year very rewarding. And the second year, we were well prepared. We got a chance in the first year itself to draw a separate clinical pathway to have a different warrior critical care unit for the COVID patients. So second year we started speaking that you come to our hospital and see there is a warrior critical care unit for the COVID patients and we don't mix it with the non-COVID people. It is actually a fact. I can vouch in your city, no hospital has a separate clinical pathway and a WCCU unit. You can go and check anywhere in the city. So there's a different issue. Every particular cubicle is having a different issue. And even if you are having one non-COVID patient there, you can have another COVID patient stay just next to him because two of the issues are different. So we don't allow the air mix to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So the first year gave us that time to prepare for the second year. And I had a lovely team and I had my president non-interfering one. So I got complete cooperation from here. So that empowered me to work.
In any day, you are given a chance to go back in time machine and meet the 16 years old Shweta.
Okay.
What would be your interaction with her? Like, would you advise her something, or would you have some key takeaways from her, or what is it?
Read more books. Read more books which you like. That will be my advice.
Ma'am, you mentioned that
Let me tell you one thing that why I am telling read books. Once you read, acquire knowledge, it makes you powerful. I swear I have experienced it. Once you are powerful, you stand and you speak. People will follow. So that's very, very important to all the youngsters, whoever is listening here. You should find out time to read, to acquire knowledge. That's very important.
So, ma'am, have you been following reading books since a very long time?
Yeah,
Yes. And what has been the best benefit that you have got?
That's what I mean. Acquiring knowledge, listening to people, listening to the stories, perceiving it. I tell you another thing also. There are stories you read, right? You place yourself there and try to find out if I have been there, what I would have done. And give it that perspective what I am going to make you understand. I don't know. Because I have immensely got benefited out of it. People ask me, Madam, आप PH में हो? Basically, शायद दिखते नहीं हो. That's the question I face everywhere. In the airport, my vice chancellor also asked me. I was here, I did very good. Okay, and then they said there was 60,000 scholarship. They said I was like 2,500 kilometers away. My university was Manas Gangotri, I saw it. So he said me, congratulations, why 2,500 kilometers you have come away from? I said every day दूध पीना पड़ता था. Every day my mother used to give 2 glasses of milk. Some doctor told me because your daughter has lost a lot of blood in that accident, so never stop giving milk to her. So 2 glass milk तो पीना पड़ेगा अगर घर में रहना है. So I was like, how to free myself? So मैं गंगोत्री चली गई. And there he said me, I said the same story to him कि सर ऐसा था और मुझे घर से दूर जाना है. I cannot take 2 glass of milk every day. आप इसलिए 2,500 किलोमीटर दूर चला है? ऐसे yes sir. अरे आपका तो वहाँ पर सेकंड बेस्ट एशिया का सेकंड बेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी है. ऐसे ना पीपी तो वहीं पढ़ा था. And मेरे प्रोफेसर थे पी प्रकाश. तो वो तो वहीं पर पढ़ा. ऐसे I know sir but I love this place. वो वहाँ पढ़े थे मैं यहाँ पढ़ रही हूँ. That's all. Then he congratulated and he said 60,000. I said I don't want this. He said why? I said I just want you to help me and go and make a commode there and separate washroom for me. He said why you want that? I said I cannot use the common ones and the Indian toilet because I'm having an artificial. Come on, आप तो मजाक कर रहे हो. I said no, I'm not. So हाँ मजाक कर रहे हो ना? I said no. अरे आपका artificially क्यों होगा? आप तो दिखते नहीं हो. So why one should look? Why people want that? If you are having some kind of a thing, why you should look like that? It's not required, right? You have to come up with. So I said, sir, मैं नहीं दिख रही हूँ, वो अलग बात है, लेकिन है तो वही है जो मैं बोल रही हूँ. Then he said, नहीं, I had to go. I got down from my chair, walked near him, और उनका हाथ लाई और दिखाई. This is my prosthesis, and I use my prosthesis only. This is an artificial limb. He was for 5 minutes he didn't speak to me, and next day he went, called my warden, said कि उनका करा दो, and that was February 13th. February 14th was Valentine's Day, and he asked me, आप मेरा Valentine बनोगे? I said yes, and he said his wife and his daughter Imani, he said he wants to make me meet them. I was happy. We went there. We had a lovely evening. So what I'm saying is that happens, but you have to come out of it.
Ma'am, you said you have a team of 800 people.
800 odd.
So it's very.
I'm just speaking about my staffs. There are many more.
So for a lot of entrepreneurs out here, it becomes very challenging when they hire people for their company. And I have few friends of mine. In their industry, the admission rate is very high. So when you are hiring someone, so what are the key attributes you look into that person?
The first thing I would say that if you are choosing the team members who are involved, who are passionate, and who are apt for the job, then you are beginning well. You have done 40% of the things, right? What happens sometimes when we choose people, we go by the qualification only. That's difficult. That never leads you to the correct destination. And when I had doing this for this Sum Ultimate, we actually got a chance from the day one to put the ways we wanted. So we had 3 committees where we wanted them to perform. So for example, somebody has to be there in the patient care unit. So he has to, we named the team as Your Voice. And what he or she will do is, she has to go to the patient and ask them about what's happening, where from I started my journey. Very difficult and very, very rewarding also. At the end of the day, you will feel satisfied. तो 50 लोगों से मिला है, 50 लोगों को हंसाया तो जरूर. That's the satisfaction you get at the end of the day. So what you have to ask her is about suddenly, you have to give them some stories, ask them how they would act on those particular scenarios. So you will get to know what they're telling, and those are the key areas where you should get involved, not that some or a committee. So that's the first thing. The second one is, you should always be acknowledging their efforts. I have seen people keep asking me, तुम्हारे साथ 70 लोग क्यों आए? तुम्हारे साथ क्या किए? इनका सैलरी ज़्यादा कर दिए? I would tell you one thing. Anybody who has come and joined Sum Ultimate Medicare, there are very few whose salary was not appropriate and or adequate. We have kept them more. But I would say 80% or 85% of my staff have come lowering their pay scale. There was a person who was there in purchase and he was outside. I asked him, Bharti, मेरे साथ काम करोगे? ये opportunity मिला है तो वहाँ जा रही हूँ, आओगे? हाँ मैडम आ रही हूँ. I said, कितना मिल रहा है? 1 लाख मिल रहा है. मैं पहली बार स्ट्रेस करूँ, इतना नहीं दे सकती. 70 लोग तो आओ. Is it okay? And he didn't even think for a minute. He said, tomorrow I'll confirm कि मैडम किस दिन जाना है. So once you go next, that's the biggest thing which you can give to an employee, to acknowledge his efforts. We generally don't do that. And third one is, get your time out to meet them, to understand them, what they're going through, how you will contribute to their life. And you have to, it's exactly like a family. It's exactly like a family. You have to understand them. You have to just go a little forward and find out time for them. Once you keep doing that, they will stay back. They will never leave. Even if you give them a more salary. Many people in front of me have got calls. Even recently from my ex-hospital, my business development officer got a call. And in front of me, he got the call and said, कि 1 साल बैठ के सैलरी लिया once you start acknowledging their efforts, they'll also start loving you. Once there's a bond, they cannot do it. So attrition will definitely be controlled. But this efforts has to be put from the management. Don't look at them technically only. They're humans, right? So you have to work with them. You're saying that that's my family, but then do you treat them as family members? That's a question. Once we start doing it, things will fall in place.
Ma'am, you are associated with such a huge healthcare sector, and of course, no doubt, treatments of doctors and medicines, all those things work a lot in improving the health of or ailment of anyone someone is facing. But my question is, do you believe in emotional treatments also, like positive thoughts and?
You're asking a psychologist about this, so you should take it as yes only. It has a tremendous role. See, look, I'll tell you.
Can you please explain?
Yes. I'll tell you something. When I was studying, my parents wanted me to be a doctor, and I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. Because when I struggled, there were people who could know me or know my mind and could actually give a confidence to my parents that I can recover. And there are the psychologists. So I always had in mind that clinical psychology is much more powerful than MBBS. And I do really believe that today also. And why I am saying it, again, an example I'll give. It was there in the Apollo hospital. I met one mother crying near the lift. The son was he had met with an accident and he was admitted to ICU. I'll not go into the medical terminologies. The brain got shed and he was into coma. The next bed, there was another patient sleeping who was into the similar condition, but he was since 8 months admitted. Coma se bahar nahi aata. Now when he met me, I went from my office room towards the ICU, saw her crying. Came back, saw her crying. Then went to her and asked, "You're okay?" Then she said, "No, this happened. She's Miss Brinda. She's teaching. She's a school teacher here only in Loyola." And he was the eldest son. Now, from 8 months, the person which was sleeping, she said, 8 महीने से वो नहीं उठा जगह है, so I don't know about my son, what will happen and all that. Started again crying. Then the person who was sitting next to her was the mother of the other child. And he said, मेरे साथ नहीं हुआ तो क्या हुआ? आपके साथ वैसा क्यों हुआ? That's the first thing which I have seen. She stopped crying immediately and just looked at her face. ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना? When we are stressed out, we close all the doors. We don't look at the possibilities. We close all the doors, things brain closes all the doors. And psychology speaks that what you believe actually happens. You should believe you can, so you can. If you believe you cannot, then you cannot. That's how it is. Very simple story. Then the first door opened was she getting an idea. हाँ ऐसा हो सकता है. ये इसके साथ हुआ है, मेरे साथ नहीं हो सकता. That's a possibility. The second thing is, I asked her, keep speaking to yourself that he will recover. Have that hope. Go on speaking to yourself that he is going to recover. His name was John. And then she went to that room and asked that guy to wake up. John, utho. In her language. She was saying, I think she was saying English. She was speaking English. John, please get up. And because he is into coma, he didn't get up. Second, he said he is not getting up. I said, not today. Tomorrow he will get up. Maybe day after tomorrow he will get up. But he has to get up. Once He said, yes. He said me, whole night today, I have come with all hope because whole night I was chanting this only. I was thinking this only, that there is a possibility and please believe me. I am taking the names and telling you, if you get a chance next day and said, John, get up, and John got up. So that's the power of mind. That's the power of mind. You have many scientific things like E is equal to mc squared. There's a lot of stories spoken about. It is all about mind. Once you give that mind space, if you believe in yourself, you can. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This answer is actually very much.
This is very simple thing what I told, but actually we don't see these things. We have to expand the understanding, to expand our sight. We don't see these things. It happens in everyone's life. So because I am telling you, embrace the uncertainties, tell yes to everything. आज नहीं हो रहा है, कल होगा. कल नहीं होगा, परसों होगा. परसों नहीं हो रहा है, कल शुरू हो. And we should keep that awakened in us every time. That keeps us alive.
Ma'am, as today is Women's Day, I have one question. So women empowerment has been a huge topic and it's been discussed a lot since a long time. What is your perspective on women empowerment?
I don't see it that it's celebrating one day happy. Everyone today was happy in my organization. They were dancing, singing. I also danced with them. And we enjoyed a lot before coming to this cafe. But then, one thing I said there also, there was a fashion show and all the girls were coming with a walk and then with a stage stopper kind of thing, a show stopper kind of thing. And they were taking all kind of, like this. But one thing I marked in everyone is like the confidence in them to take this stage on. The confidence in their eyes to look at me and give a look. So I said, before coming here, the last sentences I spoke to them was like, please keep this attitude every time with you. Every time he wants to define personality, personality is me. Attitude is you. Right? So what I'm saying is, every woman should be here. The empowerment is needed here, not there. Seriously. When you get up in the morning, practice this once and tell me sometimes when you can send this message through this lovely duo. Okay, but then what I'm saying, get up in the morning. Have you ever practiced pampering yourself? Have you done that? Who has done that? Have you got the results? Yeah? Yeah. Sometimes I get up and say, Babli, you're so good, you're so good, you're so good. My nickname is Babli. I tell this. And the day there's a lot of things to happen and I know that those things will be challenging for me. There will be uncertainties. I wear the best dress that day. I wear the best sari. I wear the best makeup. I become very, very, confident that today I am going to deal with this as me. With the empowered me, right? So the empowerment is nothing like we have to understand it, that we have to get empowered. We cannot say back. We cannot be settling down. It has to be every day a new journey, every day a new learning. Till date I do that. I ask myself, you will see my diary, am I doing better today than yesterday? That's my question to myself. If we keep doing it, I'm sure we'll be able to empower ourselves. It's let it be a woman or man. But we have to keep doing it. I don't know whether you would love to, and you will start loving yourself more. That's required. Whatever you say today, it is happening natively. It's all happening because we don't love ourselves. Suicides, fights. If you love yourself, you will never fight with any man. Why? Why? Because there's a chance that he can hit you back. Isn't it? There's a chance that he can scold you. So why will you have to love yourself. So let it go. Go. If somebody tells you you are stupid, then you say I love you. And see, I'm telling you I've practiced. And I've got a, Bhavani can involves to some extent. You don't find 90% of the people whom you say you love them who will not accept it. Because everyone needs love. Everyone needs affection. Everyone needs acknowledgement. Everyone needs to be said that they're beautiful. Isn't it? So why not to start with ourselves? Start with ourselves. Love yourself.
I have a small request. Anyone who is following ma'am's advice or experiences and taking it to the next level from today on, they can please comment us on Tycoons page. So we have our Facebook and Instagram pages, and you can connect to us over there. We would love to know about your
He's not
experience.
happy. I don't know what's happening to him. No. What's your name? Huh? Why you are not happy? Why not smiling? I now found that you have all your tooth intact. Then what's the problem? No? You're thinking something, I feel that. So many thoughts are coming to your mind. That's how I'm feeling it. No? You're alright? Happy? Married?
That's very good.
No, it's not like that. I think that's why you're not smiling.
Ma'am, we started this interaction from your early life. Then we spoke about your education, your corporate experiences, and about your real life experiences as well. So you have to sum up the entire interaction through a one sentence and share one of your key insights with all our audiences here and people watching you on Facebook Live.
Okay.
So what will be that message to all of them?
So you have 1 minute.
Don't settle down. Push yourselves. Get your best. Until you get yourself, get your best, don't stop. Never stop believing that you can do it. And I'm sure if you once start believing that you can do it, you will do it. I'm sure about it. Keep practicing this mantras, you're going to win yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have answered all our questions in amazing way.
Oh,
Responsible way.
so I've got 100 out of 100.
Yes.
That's something which is not available so nowadays. People don't give those 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. So I miss it many times.
You are 90 out of 100. We have 10 more questions left. And this is a short question for you.
No, rapid fire.
Yeah, it's rapid fire.
Okay.
So you have to answer the questions
Very fast.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's all fire. So it'll be really good. Okay. One woman who has really inspired you.
Mother, mama, mommy.
Your favorite book, because you recommended, you said everyone about reading habit and all.
I'll not do that. The last time I did, it was like somebody started questioning on that book. So I'll not do that. Okay. Every book I get something out of it. Thank you.
One of your favorite books?
Everything is good. Because anything you learn, you will definitely get something out of it.
The next question is, what's your favorite movie or the movie that you want to share with us? Like we can also see it.
I don't do movies. If I'm a very bad wife to go with her to go for a movie with the husband. My husband has a lot of complaints on that. I cannot sit at one place to watch a movie for 3 hours. But then there are very good movies. Keep watching every movie the story, right? And every story is a new story for you. So every time I enjoy flop movies. So that's also an autonomy about me. Can't help it, I'm like that.
Well, one of your favorite downtime activities. The hobbies to discuss it.
Singing.
Singing. Can we?
Oh no, I knew. No.
Blue lights, please. We insist. So
You're all youngsters, but you won't like my I like classical singing, so it's alright. Now people started, speaking and smiling also. We do here. So what I'm saying is, Because today is Women's Day, so let me sing something on that. But it will be a classical mode. I'm sorry if you don't like it also. But I can't, huh? It's okay? Huh? There are some people close their ears. Now, okay. नवकल्पना नवरूप से रचना रची एक नार की नवकल्पना नवरूप से रचना रची एक नार की सत्यम सुवम सुंदरम से शोभा बढ़ी संसार की नवकल्पना।
Thank you so much, ma'am, for being a sport and answering all our questions. Now we are open to the audience.
Okay.
So we request our lovely audience if they have any questions to ask you.
Why audience are lovely? Before you ask me a question. Why audience are lovely? Why is that called lovely?
Happy Women's Day to all.
Because
Madam, good evening.
because we host and because we guest. Make it special, right?
Yes, very patient.
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ କଥା ଶୁଣିଲେ ମୋତେ ବହୁତ ହାର୍ଟ ଟଚିଂ ଲାଗିଲା
Again.
ଆଉ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ଭ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ଦେଲେ ଆଜିର ଏଇ ଇଭେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ସମସ୍ତେ କେତେ ଦୂର ବୁଝିଲେ ବୁଝିବାକୁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବେ
I
ସେଇଟା ଟିକେ ଆପଣ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଗେଟ୍ ଟୁଗେଦର ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ଭ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ଟିକେ ଜାଣନ୍ତୁ
actually
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆମେ ଏକ୍ସପେକ୍ଟ ମୋତେ ଭଲ ଲାଗିଲା କାହାର କ'ଣ ଭ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ଟିକେ ଆପଣ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
he wants to understand, correct karbe. He wants to understand whether whatever philosophy you say, whatever life experiences you say, whatever weapons you say, I have fought my battle and I shared it with you. Whether you liked it or what are your views on it. That's what he wants to know. If somebody can help me out. You can pass that microphone to you. Maybe she wants to speak something. You want to speak something? She wanted to.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
It was very inspiring, and I will try to follow you whatever you have said. Right?
No, you are unique. So you will have your unique problems. So look at them as a solution. That's what I am requesting. Because I know your problem can only be best way, so it can be resolved by you only the best way. That's always unique. So don't follow me. Just follow yourself.
Good evening. So as you said, your life mantra is say yes and embrace everything.
Answer.
Uncertainties, right? Yeah. So I'd like to ask on a similar point, like you manage a huge team of some or 800 people and all. So what is the mantra for leadership?
You prepare yourself, make yourself involved in a way where if all your HODs will be standing with you, nobody can make out who's the CEO. That's my mantra. Right? People, you understood what I'm saying? So for that, what you have to know is, you have to know all your team members perfectly. Right? You have to understand that you give your best to them. Once you give your best, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and it's a law. So they have to also give their best to you. That happens. But it's where we believe. You have to start believing that happens. Right? Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you for, he kept smiling all the while.
Yeah,
It inspired me.
I was totally like listening throughout, and I believe each and every bit of the word that you said. Like be it believing in yourself or reading books. Like I have personally experienced. Like whenever I started reading, especially books like I'll say The Power, The Secret, and Power Within You. So like those kind of books I have also started reading, and I have actually experienced that everything is actually in mind. And like you said, every action is an equal and opposite reaction. If we give love, we receive love. So that is the frequency we are into.
Because that we have not done, that has been tasted, right? Every action has an equal opposite reaction is a law. It's not a hypothesis to be debated, right? Yes.
So it's like
What's your name?
I'm Rashmi.
Rashmi is like into what are you doing?
So I'm a designer and I'm an artist also. So like you can see beside the pop-up, the inking curves pop-up is mine.
Okay, wonderful.
So that's the passion I'm following, and as a profession, I'm a designer.
So
Communication.
you are giving sir's answer. I don't know his name. Sir,
Yeah.
अपन को आंसर से दो दे ये भी दे ये मैडम भी दे हाँ ये
Thank you. So it was wonderful listening to you.
thank you. Same here to listen from you and seeing you smiling all the
हेलो जो आपनके सामने से पचारले से तो केमती क्वालिटी थी आपन दीटा जिंस वर्तमान पाइला आई कैन एंड लव हिम टू लव अस से कॉलेज सब जिंस सक्सेस
I get
ओके
thank you.
Any more questions? I think we are done. with the
Yeah.
audiences.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we have a wonderful surprise for you. So I would request Suchi.
Thank you.
So it's a combination of products of all the books of
I must say it's a very lovely place.
And this hamper comprises of all the products created and curated by human entrepreneurs over here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay. So I hope all of you have enjoyed the show thoroughly. Yes? Can I hear it? Yes. Great.
Can we expect a huge round of applause? Very patiently.
Thank you so much. So coming on to the next speaker of ours, our next superwoman. She is ever charming, super enthusiastic, and she always carries a positive vibe with her. She happens to be one of the most top entrepreneurs of the state. And if you are looking forward to having a learning session, you have to listen to her.
So let's welcome
Yes.
Mrs. Sujita, the Managing Director, the Will Office.
A huge round of applause.
I have a request. I want Shweta to die with an abnormal energy. I really want that. So can you tell me when I put
You will get it.
Yes.
What is that?
That is
Examination दो लोग नहीं दे सकते.
That is me.
एक आदमी ही लेना पड़ेगा.
Even I need to pull that energy little over.
You see that?
Yeah, of course I need her here. I know I'm interfering with your thing, but then I please.
What's that?
And yes, this was your chair.
What's that? Why are you?
Ma'am, Can't we have a reason for everything? No. Yes, no. If I'm not fighting, then no. If I'm fighting, then you have to. Bhavan, you can manage with a little low chair. My voice is dusty. What should I do? I don't mind. Okay.
Sorry for the interruption.
Excuse.
Ma'am, as so many interviewed, you are one of the most top entrepreneurs of this country.
Really?
Yes.
So, before we jump into your entrepreneurial journey and now, brief us about your early life. How things started in your life. Tell us about your schooling, your education, and how you ventured into entrepreneurship.
My entrepreneurial journey just started, so I'm just coming up. Really, I don't have much stories to share. I'll show it by hand. But then, I was an army kid, so you know how army kids are. So rough, tough, a typical rebel, and which I am. So I'm a rebel, you can say. But then I was never doing a job. I was a full-time mother and a homemaker. Always. So it's just been 4 years, 5 years of my journey. So not much.
So it's a journey of a homemaker into an entrepreneur that we are listening right now. Well, what is that one thing that made you start this journey, and what is that one thing that has kept you go through?
Maybe my friend and my business partner Satya, he was the one who inspired me to do something in her life. We met at a school reunion. Actually, reunions are very common. So we met, and this was in Shillong. So then, and everybody we met, and nobody thought I was doing like nothing. So he said, how come you are like this, sitting at home? You are not the kind to sit at home. And then I said, I can't do a 9 to 5 job and do studying. That was not me. So, and then we just talked, and then he knew I was always a cosmetologist, and I loved skin, I loved anything to do with skin, hair, and things like that, lasers and all. I had done courses. So then he said, this is in, Modi bhi bol rahe hain ki wellness is in. So wellness was in, and then we jumped into it, and then I said, it's not that easy because I never wanted to do something very common like a spa or something like that. I really was not typical spa kind, so I thought this is not really easy, and it's not in Bhubaneswar. You know, इसके लिए you have to go Los Angeles, इसके लिए you have to go Korea, इसके लिए you have to go here and there. And the next moment they would be taking some material. So, you know, things just became very easy for me, and I just went, learned, refined myself, and started something in Odisha.
And you're into cosmetology, right?
Yes.
Can you tell our audience like what exactly cosmetology is? For the better
Cosmetology has various levels. So we are in the level 3 of cosmetology. That is aesthetic medicine, you know. So we are into lasers, we are into medical grade chemical peels, we are into needlings, we are into PME also, that is semi-permanent makeup also you can say, we are all into that.
As the field is very new, like it still needs awareness, because we keep on going to the salons rather than finding a permanent solution for it and going to a cosmetologist. So can you please elaborate it a bit more and create an awareness so that people understand the difference between going to a salon and going to a cosmetologist?
Exactly.
Because generally we face a hair or skin problem, and for most of the common ladies or gents even, we find a salon for ourselves, but we all know that is temporary. That is for a very short period of time, right?
Exactly.
We have to be repeatedly doing it. Can you please elaborate and?
So, like for example, we live in a coastal belt, you know. So we have the main concern which I come across is dandruff and acne, which is very common in this belt. So you can't get the solution from a typical spa or a salon with the massages and all that. So we can treat it all clinically and permanently. That's the difference. Suppose you're having a hair fall issues, you can't get it corrected by the so-called keratin or a cysteine treatment, which would rather aggravate the situation. So we can give you some stem cell therapy, some PRPs, and you know, like mesos and laser hair regrowth system, which really helps. So there's something which is proven and this thing works. Baki, it is, yeah, spa is a massage, is an indulgence. So that's a different part, but we are doing different.
And in a recent survey I read, it's very difficult for a startup, you know, during the initial 3 years, for a startup to sustain.
See, I told you, it's just 4 years. Still difficulty.
Yeah, so like your brand is a sustain brand. You know, I believe there must have been a lot of challenges in the initial years when you started. So can you tell us something about it? And how did you know, get back?
The challenges. Well, when I started, this was a huge investment as a business, you know. And since we had no godfathers and godmothers to guide us in this field, we did blunders also and we wasted a lot of money also. But then, since it was a huge investment, all my friends and relatives were like, Bhubaneswar, it's an expensive setup. Charlie Bottom. Okay, all the best, huh? Because they used to kind of give me Shantwana kind of things, you know. So, but then I'm little bit this kind. I'm little bit this kind. So I said, no, I will not give up.
You're kind.
So I mean the same kind of vibe, you know, like never give up. So never give up is my thing, and I never gave up. So yes, it was difficult. Empty with energy, there was nobody in the clinic, and then we used to play actually with the team, because I have to, you know, like idle mind, you can't let them go and then form habits. We used to play actually, we used to eat, we used to have masla mudi and cha, and then we used to really, you know, spend the time, because you can't be sitting there the entire day, not a single client in the clinic. So I have seen those days. And again, since this is a very niche market which I am dealing in, and I didn't know anybody in Bhubaneswar, it was really not that easy also, because our treatments are very expensive. So then when your setup is different and you're expensive, you know, it's the two difficult combinations which I'm working with. So it was really, really difficult. But then, you know, our work spoke, people got benefited, And they spread the news, and then I can proudly say now, at least, like 30% of the Bhubaneswar niche crowd is well oriented.
Wow, that's okay.
पर हम अपनी तारीफ नहीं करते.
We are there. We are there. We clap.
Yeah. I said I can't speak about
What can
it.
you actually? What's
I need somebody who can speak for myself.
We are there. We are there for you.
Yeah.
She can actually. That part.
So it's a very short, we don't consider it that short, but then you have said it's a very short span of time that you have been working for. But then what's your biggest achievement till date that you consider?
Well, my dad was a doctor in the army. So being a doctor, and we have two daughters, So a doctor parent always wants ki, bacha doctor bane. And none of us became doctors. So, but then I got my clinic inaugurated by my father, and I told him I could not become a doctor, but I have two doctors working under me in the clinic. So you can be little proud of me.
So last time when I met you, so we had a discussion on various diverse topics. I would like to ask you something. You are this energetic every time I meet you. So what's that one habit which you follow religiously as a ritual, and it has stayed with you for a very long time?
Consistency, I would say that. Like, कई लोगों थांतु भी न थांतु, the clinic starts at 9 o'clock, the blinds have to go up, and जो अभी तो लॉकडाउन में बहुत टाइम ले ली थी, but whatever जहाँ भी टाइम हमको दिया है थी, the blinds have to fall down then only, not before that. I get why it falls before that. So consistency is the key. You have to be there, no matter what comes, doesn't come. You have to do it.
So do you believe that you are evolving each passing day?
Of course. Of course.
What has business taught you in your personal life that you have implemented and you have become the next version of yourself in your personal and professional life?
Business and also age, Also age, you get that little, maybe I was not the little sharp one, so the terra, what we call it. That is come. And then, business mein I really didn't know anything because we belonged to a very, like my grandfather was a jailer, my father was a doctor and engineer family and all that. So business from my family mein tha hi nahi. So and then I was a homemaker as I said. So I didn't know the difference between even sales and marketing. It's two different things which I know now. So I had to work on a lot of things, and how do you cater to people? How do you make such offers? People understand you. Everything I had to learn, and then every day is a learning.
In our previous interaction with Sudha, what she said, in a corporate environment, women faces a lot of issues. She mentioned about male-dominated society. To some extent, we agree to it. So, do you believe, in the entrepreneurial world, women do face similar kind of situation?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes.
So, what would be your advice, or something you would like, everyone should?
In this, I would say the typical dialogue of Pushpa, "Chukega nahi." Because you are not supposed to bend down. You just, if you're doing something good, be in your way and just follow the path.
We have a number of homemakers, we call. They have lots of ideas back of the mind, but somehow we see it's suppressed. It's not coming out. But then we see on the other part, there are few people like you. There are few people present over here also who have took their idea to the next level. They have actually worked on it. They have understood what they like, what they don't like, or in which field they can work, right? So, ma'am, can you just say what it takes for a woman to go out of her comfort zone and and what she is actually born for, like to understand what is the purpose of her life.
Of course, one has to go out of the comfort zone if you want to do something or do something. Like, I was the kind of a woman who, like husband khana, I would like to serve garam khana, and my son, I have to give them, all homemade goodies and everything. But then you can't do that if you can't keep a clone of yourself at home as you're going out, right? So naturally that is comfort zone because you feel little, as if you're doing something wrong, and as if you're really neglecting your family. So भूल जाओ नेगलेक्ट कर लो if you really want to do something because you cannot do it together. You just cannot do it together. That is it.
Ma'am, I remember last time when I went to your clinic, there were people those who constantly they came, they started meeting you, and a lot of your employees also they get inspired. If I ask you in your personal life, who has been your inspiration in life and in work, maybe different person?
Of course, my dad has always been my inspiration. He was a doctor at NG, and he was never ever after money. Paisa he was never. When he came to Bhubaneswar at those times, they were taking ex-military persons as, into admin jobs and everything in all the hospitals. But he was not out. He was the kind of person where घर आऊँगा and I want to enjoy my retirement life with my wife cutting vegetables, be happy, like that. So he as you said, it's a happy Women's Day today. I was just about to say on this. I find only the happy word from you. Happy birthday, happy New Year, happy Women's Day. It's all about happiness. How happy and content you are. So you need to be happy. So he was a happy-go-lucky person, with perfectionist. But then he never, family to neglect her. He was not that kind. But then he was my inspiration always.
So you learned work-life balance from him?
Because जितने समय घर हो you can give that time. You can be happy. You cannot come home and get. And then if you're loving your work, you cannot come back home all tired and raggy because you're loving your work, right? And I love my work. So when I come back home, I come back satisfied, happy, and I'm happy at home.
For every one of us present over here, for every new day, every new morning, we have a piece of motivation that keeps us awake for the day, that helps us get out of our bed and make our bed and go for the day. What keeps you motivated every day to wake up to lead this life?
What not? My work, my family, it's full on. What not? And again, things are back. Schools and colleges have reopened. My son is going to college at 7 o'clock in the morning. So, what can keep me in bed? Tell me. I have to get up. This question doesn't sit here.
So ma'am, and it's Women's Day today, so I won't skip this question. So as Soumya asked Shweta ma'am, her definition of women empowerment. So what's your definition of women empowerment?
Content, I would say the word. If you're content, that's being empowered. Because as you said, to love yourself, I also believe in that. You can't, pour from an empty cup. If you're not happy, you can't give happiness. So yes, you learn to love yourself and you have to be happy.
Ma'am, what is that one ritual that you follow every day? And you would advise the young mass sitting over here on Facebook, also online. So what would you advise to a piece of advice that we will be following every day and we can face a little bit of change in our life, positive change?
The never give up thing, never give up. Because you will be facing problems, life is not very smooth. So you will be facing problems, but never give up, and consistency. That is it. Consistency is the key. You have to be there at the same time. You have to follow and if you really want to do something in life.
So ma'am, so you see a lot of audiences over here and on Facebook Live as well. So if you have to, encapsulate the entire interaction into one sentence and share your suggestion or anything you would like.
Enough suggestions.
Any experiences that
suggestion for me? Tell me.
We want experience.
I don't think anyone wants suggestions here.
But we want experiences to be shared because your
Experiences like what? You can ask me. Suggestions, see. Suggestions, as I said, you can just have a never give up attitude, be consistent in your work. That's it. And I'm also learning every single day. As I said, I don't have that much of experience I would be sharing. Yeah, of course. Because it's a learning phase for me too. So I was actually hearing her. She has got so much stories to say and she has got a long experience, So I'm just learning and
every day is a new day.
yeah.
She's too young now.
Yeah.
That's what
I started now. So
it's not because of that. It's because that you're not something.
Ma'am, okay, so if you're given just 1 minute and you would be giving a takeaway that our lovely audience would be taking with them, then what it would be? If it's a one word thing or one sentence or something very powerful that you'll be taking away home.
See, I never give up that it. I think that it fulfills a lot of things,
What is that one thing that you would not miss doing before you leave this world?
Oh my God.
Like you are.
You scared me. You're scaring me so bad.
Not exactly, but then I mean to say your ultimate purpose.
3 times COVID and still alive and kicking. So don't scare me,
So I didn't mean that. Like I have something to share. I would be not leaving this world before getting a Mercedes for me.
Okay, that's
So that way.
Okay, that way I really want to see Vedavanlix in every metro and even abroad. It's a startup by in Odisha, and I really want to take it global.
So now, ma'am, there comes one interesting round of our intervention. That's rapid fire.
Yes.
So we expect answers to be rapid and full of fire.
Do you have a buzzer?
No.
I know we have grown up watching Coffee with Karan. So the budget is
But then next time we'll get one.
You'll have a better.
one woman who has inspired you throughout your life.
Many actually.
But we need one.
When it comes to women, there are women. One is sitting just right there,
Yes.
who has always inspired me with her work. Always. I was telling a few minutes ago also to Shweta regarding this. I always strive to be like her, the way she dresses up, the way she keeps her house, the way she interacts, the way she does her hair and everything. So I've always copied her, always. Actually, I've told this before also. And my mom, because इतना strong होना बहुत मुश्किल है way she is. My dad passed away in September 2020, and he didn't have COVID. Of course, he died in heart attack. And COVID का मेरे के काम वर्क भी जाना था. Like we say कि चारटा कौन दरकार to go to the place. We didn't have 4 kandhas also. My son, my husband, and one of my cousin's husband. So we literally had to call the security for the 4th kandha. Those were the times. And Kamasari ki accident, they have to eat. So my mom didn't have the time to vent out and cry and howl. So she's the most
That's reflecting in the past that we have in front of us.
A movie that has actually created an impact and you would like to share it with us?
Yeah, because you are a big movie fan.
Yes.
When did you buy the tickets?
So last time you recommended me like
Yes.
6 of them.
Okay. That many actually. Like, have you seen Captain Fantastic? I like Captain Fantastic. Has anyone in the? No? Please watch it. It's about parents, who don't believe in the typical education system because they think they can do much more, and they believe in rearing up their kids in jargons, teaching them all skills. Have you seen that with Captain Fantastic? Please watch and give me a review. Yeah, and then to be like a rebel, well, I care a lot. Have anyone watched I Care a Lot? My choices are weird. Nobody watches them.
The choices are really
So I Care a Lot is a very nice movie of a woman, who says I care a lot and then she does whatever she wants to like a rebel. So that's a must watch. Please watch.
That movie is very powerful.
I care a lot, but it is not that easy as it sounds. You should see the movie.
We'll watch and get back to you.
Yeah.
One book which you will recommend our audience?
I like The Godfather, Mario Puzo. I love that thing. I grew up reading comics. I like Tintin as a comic. And I like Archies. And I like Love Story by Eric Cigar. I have a romantic side also. So,
Your favorite downtime? Your hobbies to be specific.
I love staying in lovely hotels, So I have a fancy of staying in good hotels. So,
I said singing, you said singing. So when she said hotel, sing I told.
I am. Take me, book me a nice 7-star resort with all inclusive.
So the gift is pending.
So I love staying in good
She also
hotels.
asked the same thing. Get Shweta and all.
I actually feel, work until you find Dubai cheap. So that's an answer.
So, one of your favorite entrepreneurs, someone you look up to.
No other than Tatas. Yes.
Ratan Tata?
Of course, who else? Not Tata, my sons.
We have one more Tata as well.
Yeah.
Krishna Tata.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Okay, so now we are open to audience. So audience, if you have any questions, you can ask us later. Anyone?
Simple question, huh?
Hello, ma'am. I just want to ask if you have
Suchi, a question from Suchi to Suchi.
Yes. So if you have to summarize your journey till today in one word, what would that be?
In one word?
Yes.
Just one word. Consistency.
Any more questions?
I warned everybody.
Not to ask.
They don't dare ask me questions. Everybody is quiet. Not a twisty one, huh? Hello. Hi.
Tell me, in this man-dominated world, how do you really think that being a woman entrepreneur or a businesswoman, right? How do you think that you justify your position and not being biased? Because a lot of bias having, how do you take it in a positive way? Knowing that people will judge because we have been dominated for a really, really long time. Because today is Women's Day and I have been through many, different phases of it. So how do you think in your personal level as well as your business and professional level?
Yeah, of course, it's not really easy, and we live in a male-dominated society. So be fearless. Just be fearless. Behave like a lioness when you are at work. Nothing can put you down if you are not wrong. If you are not wrong, nothing can put you down. So that's the key. Just be right and be fearless. Don't allow anybody to override you. which is not justified. Don't allow. It's up to us how we allow ourselves to be treated, right? So don't allow.
I have a small question. We want an answer from her. What she will be and what she is doing in her workplace. I'm sure she must be working somewhere. Yeah. She's working with you?
No.
No. What she is doing? What are you doing?
I'm doing many different things actually. I'm taking a break and just staying at house and idling myself right now. And
What you used to do?
I have my own business setup and a very small one because I always thought of giving myself a sort of space and to do things very easily. So I'm not that ambitious in many aspects, but I'm okay with it. So what was the question, ma'am?
Your question.
Answer, okay.
Your question.
I don't take a resistance to it. I don't have to prove it because I feel that as a woman we don't have to prove anything. And we have our own side of being empathy, emotional, and we need to nurture it rather than proving for being like a man's world and to be a woman in man's world. No, let them feel whatever they feel. So we have to have our own genre. We have to have our own society. We have to it has been stitched. The society has stitched by the men's fabric. So I think rather than being very resistive about it, it's better to nurture our own positivity, our own strong side of it, and never to give people who are like emotional or they have empathy or they want to do things in their own level, right? We think that it's a kind of weakness, so let's not do that. We can just make that as a positive side and work on it.
So women is empowered. You see it here, right? So very nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening to both the beautiful ladies on the stage.
Good evening.
So my question is like an extension of her whatever she said. So do we really need a Women's Day? I mean, to celebrate, to make a statement. It is as if we are cringing at the back that we are not what we are supposed to be, or like the men are not allowing us to be what we are supposed to be. Do we really need a day to celebrate, or is every day a celebration of being a woman? I know it's a struggle out there. I'm just asking a question why can't we be just what we are and carry on?
Well, I think, we need a reason to be happy. We need a day to be specially mentioned, like New Year's. Yeah, every day is a new day. But then why New Year's? So we can have a day, and then ek din to yaar, we can be like a queen,
So I would just like to play the devil's advocate and say, why not a Wednesday?
You should actually have to in fact, yeah. We have on Dad's Day, Father's Day. We have so many days, But then when Shreya asked me this question, do you feel it's not only about men, it's also about women who put women down, There are. Don't you all agree with this?
Absolutely. We
We should not really dominate the men always. So, but then anybody, it can be anybody. That's.
So other thing that Dr. Swetpadma said was falling in love with yourself, patting yourself on the back, which I felt was, which I still feel is the best thing for a person to be in love with yourself. So, I have always noticed that women of a slightly lesser so-called societal class, in the sense that they are working at houses as maids, they seem to be much more in love with themselves than professional career-oriented women. So is that, am I wrong, or is that really a fact?
I couldn't understand.
Like, what I'm trying to say is that ladies who are working down the societal strata as maids, as servants, they seem to be much more in love with themselves than the people at the top. So why is it so? it's the same with men also. It's not only it's a general.
Sir, I would invite you to my home one day.
Yes.
You should see my maid.
Yes.
Okay, there's no difference between Pinky and Shweta.
That's what.
Why I'm saying it's all mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, once you start, it's about an opportunity. It's about a chance where you are showing a woman that she's that, or else she accidentally finds that she's a woman and she's an empowered woman,
Right.
and she can do it.
Right.
Either of us.
Right.
Okay. But then when I see Pinky, I also get inspired. They asked me a question even when you were not there, I think.
Right.
You joined us there.
Yes.
And I said I get inspired every day. And one of my inspiration is also she.
Right.
The way she keeps her happy, the way she loves herself.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to
Because
say.
the way she walks and says in front of the mirror, I usually like to tape it.
Absolutely.
It's something which I have to learn from her.
Absolutely.
So it's not about the place where they're working. It's not about their place in the society. It's about women.
Right.
Okay, and then it's about women empowerment. And you asked her a question which she justified, and she gave an answer that it was about, the first question was about what he asked, if I remember correctly. It was like male dominated. It's a fight, and she also nicely answered that why we have to prove. But then why this day is celebrated was your question, right?
Yes.
I just now spoke to my team there, and I said, what's wrong in celebrating 2 birthdays? So Women Day is the birthday of women, where you are reminding yourself that you are empowered, you are beautiful, and they actually need 2 birthdays. It's not about they are special.
So what I was trying to say is that as human beings, especially in small places, we are somewhat embarrassed to celebrate. We're somewhat,
Why?
yeah. So let's
Now let's say come out of it.
yeah. So let's try we remove the shell. But a lot to learn from both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any more questions? No, I think we are done.
Thank you so much to all our audiences for being patient and listening to us. A huge round of applause for both of our guests. Now I will request Vicky to come up with the hamper.
It's very important. But the start is good. I must congratulate you. So, humble. That's
बजट थोड़ा बड़ा है बाजार रखा है
Puzzle से
rapid fire round
I'm having next time. She might be present. चलेगा एक को पकड़ लेंगे दोनों
हाँ हाँ
नाइस नहीं धोनी दी की फोटो तो क्यों लेना है I know I have to take that packet back home.
Mochibu College, Medical Center. Medical Center, हाँ. None.
You didn't have Bhavani in the center, so more other product. You want Bhavani or pictures to this place in the center, we have the nice face. And if it's cornered, then we have a different face. तब तक ही नीचे आओ. No. Yes or no?
Even if we agree.
So now I would request all our audiences and our guests to have a look around to all these lovely products present over here and curated by women entrepreneurs. We have 2 of them with us. So I would like to call Rasmi and Gopamudra, both of you. Guys.
So they're doing tremendous work. The work is
reflected all over here. Please have a look. I have a small question for my beautiful audience. Do you expect the next talk show? Are you up for it?
Of course.
Enjoy it